Who would have ever thought that side project of a Chinese hedge fund company with a very low investment can create shockwaves in the Western world as well as in the entire world in terms of its AI revolution? Welcome to DeepSeek. What is this which everyone is talking about? We are going to talk about what it is, why it has gained so much popularity, certain features, what architecture it is based on, and how you can sign up and get started, as well as important resources around this. Now, what is DeepSeek, which has been talk of the town right now? Now, basically, it is an artificial intelligence company. It specializes in open source large language models based out of China, and the leadership or the founder is Lian Wenfeng. Now, why this has been such a big disruptor and everyone is talking about it? Now, till now, in case of AI, it was always believed that it requires, other than talented people, a lot of money because the chips which were used for training the models were costing a lot. Now, this AI revolution is so important, which you can see from the statement that US government itself has invested $500 billion in the Stargate project under President Trump. So major players in terms of AI were established in US. When we talk about ChatGPT, Google, Meta, all the major players belong from United States, and they had certain restrictions, or I would say a lot of sanctions on these chips being delivered outside of United States as well. Now, a lot of other countries were also developing these models, but they did not have access to these resources. However, one organization, DeepSeek, has basically developed a model with very, very less cost. They have made it open source and they have launched it on their one particular model. They have launched it on 20th of January. And within 7 days, it has surpassed the download in terms of Apple App Store's downloads. Now, what has that particular impact done? That has caused so much loss in terms of stock market. It has created a doubt in terms of investors money, putting money, so much money in terms of AI revolution, and it has created or given a message to the entire world that you don't need to depend on so much investment and you can work on with limited resources as well in terms of making a AI revolution. Now, what are its core features? They are actually open source. It's built on open source principles, allowing developers and researchers we can basically access and do whatever we want. It can process text, code, and potentially other data types as well. Now, you have created a model, you have created the capabilities, but what determines in terms of your feature, right? If it is not accurate, so there are certain tests which needs to be done to validate how much accurate it is, and it has performed nearly similar or in some cases even higher than ChatGPT. Now, the major factors for this particular application becoming so popular in the market is it was developed at a very low cost as well as in terms of accuracy it is very high. These are the very two important factors. Now we'll take a look at other aspects as well, but majorly faster, cheaper, and open. Open source advantage we have. Uh, Anyone can work using their open source model and can develop their own AIs as well. Community powered, efficient training approach, and all those things are making it very popular. Now, whenever we discuss about any product, we will always discuss with the major key players and whoever have been performing best and discuss and basically compare with those models. Now, OpenAI is one of the top companies right now in terms of AI revolution. And once DeepSeek has launched its R1 model, you can see there are different kind of validations which happens. On that, we get certain scores. Now, this popular picture you might have seen over the internet or maybe on LinkedIn or other websites as well. But basically, what it denotes is on different tests how it has performed and its accuracy. So yes, DeepSeek has other models as well, similar to OpenAI, but here if you see in terms of accuracy, 79.8, 79.2. So this has basically surpassed here. Here you see 96.3, 96.6, almost similar, 71.5, 75.7. So similarly like that, it has performed almost at par or maybe even higher in some cases. And the reason it is very cheap, very fraction of the cost has been spent on this without even having access to the proper resources. They have developed this, and that is the reason it has become the talk of the town. Now let's take a look at the next slide. Now, this is not the first model where they have launched. If you talk about this particular organization, it is a fairly new company. From last 2 years, they are in terms of working. So it is very new company. Now they have developed different models. What are models? Models are basically uh, in which a lot of data has been trained and a certain version is being launched. Now, this is not their new version. This is not their first version. They have launched DeepSeek Coder in November, DeepSeek LLM in December 2023. So they have launched around 6, 7 models till now, in which DeepSeek R1, which was launched on 20th of January 2025, has created the shockwave because the cost is very low as well as the accuracy is very high. Okay. Now, when we talk about the learning process for any AI model, basically two main important things which we need to understand. One is called as supervised learning and one is called as reinforcement learning. While supervised learning is generally cheaper and faster to train because it's like if you show a kid that these are these five fruits are oranges and these five fruits are apple, he'll be able to correlate with the color, with all those parameters it will take into picture and it will try to suggest the answer. While in case of reinforcement learning, it is it is basically dependent on a certain concept which is called as punishment and reward system. So if the AI is able to give proper responses, it is going to give it an award. If it is not able to, then it is going to give a punishment, as well as it requires this is basically required for a lot of complex dynamic tasks, and reinforcement learning is basically what is used in case of DeepSeek. Now, here you will be able to see all the differences between supervised learning and reinforcement learning. Like training cost is usually higher in case of uh, reinforcement learning. Data requirements are high in case of supervised learning, and a lot of other factors in case you want to take a look at this. Now, how do we sign up and get started with this, which everyone is talking about? It's fairly easy if in case you want to just get started with this. Okay. So you can just go to deepseek.com and you'll be able to see a UI something like this, which is almost similar to ChatGPT if you have used it already. In case not, do try it out. Here you can basically use whatever you want, whatever kind of questions you want to ask it, and you can get the response. However, in case you want any complex problem statements to be solved, you can click on this deep think R1 and then you can type your questions accordingly. Okay. Now, since DeepSeek has launched everything and has gained so much traction, you would see a lot of changes in terms of ChatGPT as well. Now, what has happened in case of ChatGPT? Earlier, you need to have an account to even get started working with ChatGPT. Now they have made it open for everyone. Okay, so you will be able to do with communication with ChatGPT without even creating an account, and you will see a lot of other developments also coming into picture. Now they have uh, added this reason button as well and a lot of other features as well. So you can check both of these out. Now, in case you're wondering how to get started with DeepSeek, it's pretty easy. You don't need to give a lot of details. You can just give your name and phone number in case you want. Let me just show you that screen. So you just go to deepseek.com. You can give your phone number or email address and password, or you can use login with Google as well, whatever works for you. And you can just click on login with Google and you'll be able to see the page where it says start now and you'll be able to get started here. Now, let's see just quickly some response. Let's say, explain me the bubble sort logic along with a Python code. Okay. Let me just type it here. and we will send this in both of them. Now, in some cases, you might feel that ChatGPT is better or maybe DeepSeek is better, but both are performing at par in most of the cases. We have to try it out and see which one is working best for our scenarios. But in terms of the amount of money which has been spent on both of these models, that is drastically different because DeepSeek is very, very cheap in terms of how it has been prepared. However, the accuracy is almost similar. It is like one product which we were buying was very, very expensive, and the same features and everything same is provided to us at fraction of a cost is what DeepSeek has done now, and it is gaining so much popularity. A lot of other things are going into the market right now, like there are certain accusations coming on DeepSeek that ChatGPT is saying that they have stole their code and things like that. So a lot of interesting developments is happening in terms of AI area. Uh, do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll try to bring some more insights into this particular news as well onto my channel. Thank you very much. Here, if you see, it is able to give time complexity, it is able to give steps as well as a Python code, as well it is giving optimized bubble sort explanation. Here, if you see, similar thing, steps, time complexity, Python code, even explanation for the code example output is there. So do try both of these out, see which one works best for you, and do mention in the comment section if you have tried one of these tools or not. And thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.